Hey, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Duffy Duck here once again, and I'm Chip here. We are back for some more of the Maxi Toys videos for some Let's Plays. And yes, welcome back to more Let's Play of Sonic Colors for the Nintendo Wii. So last time we actually did fully finished up with Asteroid Coaster, and now we're going to continue on and do the finale part of this game's Let's Play already, which is essentially the 7th part. And now we're going to be exploring the last level in the entire game, which I believe is this level is actually known as Terminal Velocity.
Repeat, critical system failure. All attraction access is temporarily suspended. Please evacuate the park via the emergency exit ahead. This is all your fault.
So yeah, what happens was though, is that you remember in the, after we actually defeat the Relation from, Tropical Resorts, that, you know this little, body part of Relation got attached onto this little, sphere part, onto this little cannon shot, which even then, I think that's how it usually explains until when we actually get into the plot. So even then, we'll find this out during right about now, so even then, that's, we'll see what happens.
Ho, ho, ho. That fool Sonic thinks he's won because he destroyed all my generators. Well, the mind control cannon is full enough for what it has to do. I will have the last laugh!
The last laugh? How is laughing last special? Isn't that like being the slowest one to get the joke?
Yeah, I laugh last all the time. People look at me like I'm an idiot. Forget about it.
That's because you are an idiot.
You talking to me?
Yes, I'm talking to you. There's nobody else here, so I must be talking to you. Why haven't we fixed your voice chip yet?
Yo, quit busting my batteries over here. I've been working on it all day.
What does that even mean? Oh, never mind. In a few seconds, it won't matter anyway, since the world will have only one thing on its mind.
What's that, boss?
Me. No, this can't be happening! It's backfiring! Impossible! How? Ta-da!
Yo, what do you mean impossible? Your plans have been crushed by Sonic for like, ever. He stopped you like it's his job or something. In fact, I can't remember a plan he didn't stop.
What are you talking about? He hasn't stopped all of them.
Name one.
Read the attention pad.
Thank you, buddy! Hey, my voice! It's back! All right!
Ah, there's the sweet sound my auditory processors know and love.
Now I remember why we changed his voice chip. No matter, I may have suffered a setback, but this thing's far from over. I will crush Sonic!
The man gets an A for effort, that's for sure!
So yeah, to start things off in Terminal Velocity is that we only have 3 stages, and even then though, as we mentioned this earlier ago, that this level doesn't involve red star rings at all, so instead of that, we actually only got 2 S ranks. Wait, 2 S ranks? Why is that? Well, we'll see what happens. Anyways, first up we have is Act 1.
Hey, Tails.
Yeah?
I got a bad feeling about this.
Good, so it's not just me.
When I feel the ground shaking under my feet and see plumes of dust rising and rubble tumbling and aliens running for their lives, yeah, I get a bad feeling. So, how about you and me make like Eggman's hairline and recede?
This isn't joke time. I'm this is running to the space elevator time.
Sorry, couldn't help myself. We're out of here.
Yeah, running now.
Okay, so let's get started in Terminal Velocity Act 1. So what happens was, though, is that this little giant black hole is almost gonna suck through everything, even though it doesn't show up in the actual level itself, but hopefully it will eventually come across towards it. So even then, this particular action of Terminal Velocity is that we need to actually dodge every single enemy attack. So even then, that's all there's to really say about this here. And also, not to mention, it's completely on rails, so even then, though, that there's no way for turning back, unlike how it does it in any other levels. So we have to go constantly going forward, basically. So there are occasional moments that you need to dodge. Like, for instance, we kept on tripping a lot, and especially noticeable we need to dodge these robots' lasers right off the bat. So even though you have to purposely try to actually quickly time up quick dodges and all that stuff, thanks to a quick step ability, so even then, is able to dodge these no problem. And yeah, that's all I can really say about Terminal Velocity, honestly. It's just the fact that, however, though, that if you somehow die in this particular act, there are no checkpoints. So if you do die in this level, then you have to redo the whole level again. So even then, though, that whenever I got to this point, whenever I first time playing for the game, I usually get frustrated with this level, probably because of how the fact that, you know, it can get pretty frustration and trial and error annoyances here and there. Like, for instance, there's actually this one last part that we need to actually discuss about until we actually get into right now. And that was the form of, you know, the aquarium park, oh yeah, I apologize for this little lacking frame right here, ladies and gentlemen. It's just that it usually happens sometimes. So anyways, yeah, we once again get chased by this little familiar robot, ever since how it does it in, you know, Aquarium Park Act 4. So even then, that should be initially expected to. So, yeah, as you guys can clearly see on this little few seconds worth knowing for is that we really do apologize on how this footage kept on lacking all of a sudden, which, sure, it might be something to do with the capture card problems, and even then, it's not that big of a deal. So, anyways, in the last part, we need to actually just boost wisely enough, so just in case you won't lose your boost meter that much. So, great, we have no rings. So even then, again, if you die on this part right there, then you obviously get, again, automatic game over, and you essentially lose life and you have to redo the whole level again. So, well, thankfully, if you get to this point right there, then the end of the level's just right there. So even then, that's what you expected. I think the reason why this particular part is constantly lacking a little bit with the frame rate issues, or in this case the footage frame rate lackiness, is probably because there's too much things on screen or something. So anyways, because there's an A rank on Act 1 though, so even then, if the only way we can get S rank from is to actually not lose any of these rings. So anyways, that's Act 1, and oh, we ended up in the boss already.
Time to bail!
Isn't there?
It can't be!
Leaving so soon.
There are no lines, and I've saved the best rides for last. At least let me stab your hand so you can come back in.
I know you're trying to be clever with this whole amusement park pun thing, but it's just coming off lame. Just say you're going to destroy us and stop embarrassing yourself.
Curse you, Sonic! Not only do you foil my plans, but you foil my speeches as well. I work hard on them. No matter. I will destroy you, and I will be victorious. Is that better?
Like a million times better. Thank you.
This robot is special. He's powered by the energy from your little friends. He is invincible. So I'd say it's been nice knowing you, but it hasn't.
I have to admit I'm a little scared. I don't think we can beat this guy.
See you on the ground, buddy.
Huh? Sonic, no!
Just got one last thing to do. As for you...
So here we go, folks, on to the final boss in Sonic Colors, expecting if you have been playing this on the Nintendo Wii. So, however though, in the DS version of Terminal Velocity level, that it doesn't usually involve the final boss battle, which is this, because instead it's actually replaced by a different boss battle, which even then we'll discuss more on that since we actually proceed to this boss battle. Basically, this particular final boss in Sonic Colors is pretty simple. We need to actually just homing attack onto one of those little weak spots, or in this case this little lock-on target shurikens and all that stuff for this little, I'm assuming the final boss's name was actually forms of the Nega Wisp armor. So even then, that's, you know, Dr. Eggman is controlling this thing at all times. So, but even then, though, the major premise of this boss battle right there is that you have to hold the attack onto these little, body parts and stuff like that, and then if you time you actually trying to attack Eggman's dome, that's how you deal the attack. That's how you deal with the attack. So even that's I really apologize for that. My dog was getting really messed up at one point. So anyways, as soon as you proceed to this battle though, is that he'll actually start to be using his color powers, like for instance all of them, like well, almost all of them, but there are some exceptions, which are, I believe, Hover and Frenzy, because I don't think he actually used those. The only time he can only use is actually the, oh, and also Drill power-up as well. So, Laser and Spikes, Cube, and, I'm pretty sure not so much for Rocket, though, because all he does is just basically, that's all that he always does. However, in the DS version, you can only obtain the, those 5 color quests if you're actually trying to deal with the Mega, in this case, the Mega, Wisp armor. So, yeah, basically, every time you actually try to hit Dr. Eggman, basically you actually get yourself some wisp packs. And even then though, that's these power-up wisps. And even then though, every time you grab all 7 of them, something minus will happen. So even then though, we'll have to find this out as soon as we keep on attacking him. So, for the most part, it's not so bad though. Even then though, the music itself is actually really epic though. Especially noticeable that how if we actually get into the second phase, but even then though, that might be a little bit more too epic enough. So, yeah, if you ever played a DS version, that this wasn't exactly the final boss battle in the DS version, although we'll discuss more on that later.
You horrid little hedgehog!
Unlimited colors.
Laser, drill, spikes, rocket, you, hover, frenzy.
Color Blaster! That's what we like to call it, a little brand new technique. Yeah, which, because of this, though, we recently played Mario and Sonic at this Sochi 2014 Olympic Winter Games. I think that's why I usually calls it Color Blaster. So, there we go. That's it for Nega Wisp armor from Nintendo Wii version of Sonic Colors. And even then, though, yeah, pretty epic, though. And plus, it's really easy, too. So, yeah, and we managed to get ourselves an instant S rank, and even then, though, not too shabby. So, yes, let's go ahead and just move on into, I believe, the last level of the game, I think.
My head! Who turned out the lights?
At Eggman's incredible interstellar amusement park, you can feel comfortable knowing your safety is our number one.
Oh, shut up!
This might not end well.
And now for the true final level in the Wii version of Sonic Colors, and now to form of Terminal Velocity Act 2. What we do in this part is just basically we have to dodge Bottomless Pit, and that's it. So there's no enemy contact, no rings, no way to actually finish the level up with a certain rank. So it's basically we need to dodge the Bottomless Pit, basically. So that's all there is to say. And it looks like everything else about this part is going to be tearing up at one point. Come on, let's see if we can actually escape it before the black hole decides to suck up on us. Even though we could potentially try to use our jump dash or anything like this. But, oh no, I think we actually got a game over, don't we? I don't think so, because we got ourselves a cutscene. Oh, right.
Sonic, are you okay? Man, I can't believe you made it through that.
like you thought I wouldn't?
The only thing I was thinking about was getting pushed into an elevator.
Well, a hedgehog's gotta do what a hedgehog's gotta do.
Great job, Sonic.
Thanks, but I had a little help during that last part.
He said, thank you for saving us.
You're welcome. Thank you for saving us.
He says, you are welcome.
That thing's translating pretty good.
Yep, I finally got all the kinks out. We can talk to them perfectly now. Oh, great. He says, goodbye, my friends, I have to go. Just when I got this thing working.
Better late than never, buddy. Right on.
Are you okay, chap? Oh, it's nothing, Duffy. It's just that I found the ending on this is pretty emotional to say the least. Yeah, have some tissues, buddy. Oh, thanks. But I don't need them anyway. So, so even then, the day is saved once again. So even then, though, that, we're still able to see Yakko until when, the little brief appearance in Sonic Lost World in the Wii U version for this little Miiverse support or something, and also at the same time for Sonic Runners. But even then, despite the fact that Sonic Runners was no longer going to be there, so yeah, that's all I can really say about this, honestly, for the ending, though. It's just really clever and really well executed, though, for the most part. So, yeah, in regards to that side of things, yeah, even then, we're now actually on the staff credits. And this staff credits does remind me of almost relatable to New Super Mario Bros. Wii's staff credit sequence, in addition to New Super Mario Bros. U staff credits as well, because you can actually mess around with these little letters in the last stuff. Similar to how it does in New Super Mario Bros. On the DS, though, however, though. The only exception is New Super Mario Bros. 2, because you can always just, walk around your character, and that's all there is to say, so yeah, in regards to Sonic Colors, this is easily, without doubt, the best Sonic game to be released on the Nintendo Wii console. It's certainly one of the greatest games of all time, you have to admit, though, especially for a Sonic game. But even then, though, we'll discuss more overall details on that. However, I will admit, though, is that the staff credit sequence in this game can take a little bit too long, because I'm presuming it more accurately runs about 11 minutes. Jeez, 11 minutes of staff credit sequence? That's a lot longer compared to how it does in any other video games credit sequence like those. But still, sometimes that is always how it usually happens, and plus you can't skip them, unlike how it does in the Sonic generation. And I'm not exactly sure on Sonic Lost World, well, despite the fact that Sonic Lost World staff credit sequence is actually a little bit more shorter. So, yeah, that's all there was to say. And also, you can actually take control of Sonic anywhere else. Even then, though, you can pretty much guarantee you can actually just collect some rings every time you actually do, try and take out a whole bunch of letters. And at the same time, you can actually see this different bunch of Wisp walking around in the underneath of this little, something a little bit similar to the Rainbow Road kind of syndrome. So even then, that was before when Mario Kart 7's Rainbow Road just started to make an appearance or something like that. So anyway, yeah, let's talk about the overall Sonic Colors from the Nintendo Wii. But even then, we will explain more details on the DS version of Sonic Colors, which we'll get into that in this particular staff credit sequence. I mentioned this before, that this is easily the best Sonic game to be released on that specific system, mainly on Nintendo Wii most likely, because, well, some of them, mainly Sonic and the Secret Rings and Black Knight, is pretty good though in my opinion. But though it does have some little bit of a nitpickings I have with those two titles. Well, Sonic Road Zero Gravity is pretty good for the most part, I have to admit though. And Sonic Unleashed is actually the greatest game ever. At least specifically on the HD version of the game, on the 360 and PS3 version. Well, it's not so bad on the Wii and the PS2 version, but too many Werehog stages that can't be really overstayed or working. And also, I think that's all we usually could say about this for the most part. So, yeah, aside from that, yeah, I found the controls, especially noticeable if you actually be using the Nintendo GameCube controller. I think that's the best recommendation for this particular control scheme in this game. Because if you ever played Sonic Unleashed before on Nintendo Wii, you probably expected how this usually works. Plus with the due to the comfortable design with the GameCube controller and button layout. So even that, just like if you ever played Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and also Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo Wii U and all that kinds of stuff. But even then though, you should probably recommend that controller. But even then though, it works just as well as it used to be. So even then though, the level design is actually probably the greatest thing about this game. I found this really interesting. Especially my favorite level will have to be Sweet Mountain. And also not to mention Planet Wish and even Starlight Carnival. I think every single stages is probably the best looking stages in the entire Sonic games even to this day. So yeah, and also the gameplay looks really fast paced and also it's really energetic as well. But even then though, it does reminds me like I was playing Sonic Unleashed all over again, except the fact they now recently fixed the homing attack issue. Because back in Sonic Unleashed for the 360 and PS3 version, you have to specifically you need to jump with the X or the A button in whatever version you'll be playing. But at the same time, you have to use the X button and the square button if you actually perform the homing attack. Well, this time around though, until in this game, and especially noticeable in Sonic Generations, it's now come back into a double A button. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. Oh yeah, while you were at it, oh yeah, before we actually get into anything else, take a listen to this awesome theme music. So yeah, the main theme of Sonic Colors was actually forms of Reach for the Stars, not to be confused as the actual Reach for the Stars is from different artists. But I think I have to admit though, is that I prefer this incarnation of Reach for the Stars more so to the other artists, honestly. Because, oh man, the lyrics on this is super well done. Even more so, it's more likely extremely catchy, just like how it does in Endless Possibilities in Sonic Unleashed, and also His World from Sonic 06. And even I Am from Shadow the Hedgehog, despite the fact that in the soundtrack of Shadow the Hedgehog was completely forgettable. And also I found Sonic Heroes is really good music as well. And Live and Learn is actually one of my favorite vocal themes on Sonic types of songs like this. So yeah, in regards to such, that's yeah. And also the soundtrack, man. Oh, the soundtrack is so amazing. Even especially noticeable about how I think this game is more heavily criticized as for it's basically orchestra music, just like how it does in Sonic Unleashed to me. But a lot of times that we're actually going to be seeing is a whole bunch of these rocky themed music until when it gets to the point until, you know, Asteroid Coaster and stuff like that. So yeah, not too bad. So and the visuals, they look really gorgeous, especially for the Nintendo Wii title. And the story is very simple and well done for the most part, because even then it goes back into this classic roots for likely Sonic vs. Eggman yet again. So even then, no need to actually just use the conquering with these little weird monsters or anything like that, like no Perfect Chaos, no Fire Lizard, or especially noticeable no Black Dude, no Solaris or anything like that, and especially no Dark Gaia. So it's basically simple, just, you know, Sonic vs. Dr. Eggman, just like in the old days. However, it might start to continue to doing this sort of tradition until the story plot elements, until Sonic Generations, and especially Sonic Lost World, and even the upcoming Sonic Forces eventually. So even then though, I'm assuming I heard correctly though, it might actually bring up a different villain this time around, which is actually forms of the Infinite, which, sure enough, that might be an interesting new concept, but I'm pretty sure I was hoping the personality should be a hell of a lot more better than one-dimensional Deadly Six from Sonic Lost World. So yeah, you can also interact with these different power-colored wisps every time you actually try and smash these whole bunch of letters and all that stuff. So even then, though, I found it to be quite a cool addition. Like, for instance, if you're actually going to be using this blue cube until you actually just smash through every single letters, and as you can clearly see. So yeah, pretty well done for these local departments. So yeah, no too many issues with this game. I think I have to say this much. Well, besides the fact that this game is really short, though, which I don't see have that much of an issue though. But even then, still, regardless of such, that combined with 6 accident boss, that should be enough by this. So even then, that it doesn't seem like it's overstayed or welcome by any chance. So yeah, easily without doubt the greatest games on Nintendo Wii in my honest opinion, and also the greatest Sonic games to be released on that particular system, and probably the greatest Sonic games I've played this far in my top 10 Sonic games list. We'll discuss more on that as soon as we actually get towards the end of the staff credit sequence. So yeah, Reach for the Stars, definitely recommend this particular music, and I believe they'll actually also place that in Mario and Sonic at the London 2012 Olympic Games, and I believe also Sochi 2014 or something like that, and possibly Rio 2016 for the Ribbon Clubs. So even then, that's what we expected. Oh man, I love this theme. It's so catchy and memorable. Yeah, tell me about it. Okay, quick edit right there. Sorry about that, folks. We have to fetch ourselves yet again, our battery charging department for our laptop at this fast in the current point, because yet again, it just drains too fast at one point, and also not to mention that our laptop charger doesn't exactly do well for me, because even then though, that I have to pull that thing up almost towards the edge of the LCD screen. But even though, that's all there is to say. So, yeah, in regards to the Nintendo DS version, there's only one thing I need to point out, is that obviously we already mentioned about this, is that the final boss in the DS version was not exactly the Nega Wisp armor. Instead, it was actually forms of the Nega Mother Wisp, which is more likely a Supersonic exclusive fight, which, in order to actually access this particular final boss battle in the actual, Sonic Colors on the DS, well, it does usually say a extra boss, even though technically it's more accurately the final boss of the entire game. But even then, in order to actually fight Nega Mother Wisps by simply just getting all 7 of these Chaos Symbols in the DS version. So that's all there is to really say about this here, and I believe they're actually starting to realize that they actually now revealed the true mother of the Wisp. So even then though, that I don't think you can actually not only see this on the Wii version. However though, in Sonic Runners, in the 2015 version of that Sonic Runners game, although granted it wasn't exactly there anymore as I mentioned this earlier, that you can actually technically see the Mother Wisp essentially, which you can actually use her for actually doing the specific abilities and all that stuff. So oh jeez, this credit sequence is so long, which I have to admit though, it's probably because they're working so hard on this particular game so far. Especially noticeable about how the fact that they're actually trying to work onto these other countries and stuff like that. I'm presuming that's what this is going for here. So yeah, if you ever managed to play Sonic Colors for Nintendo Wii and Nintendo DS especially, the title suggests that it does contain a U between the O and R, because it usually stands for the British accents for colors. And if you ever played the USA version, and I believe also the Japanese version as well, it just calls it Sonic Colors, which is essentially without a U between this usually says like COLORS, because it's usually translated to the Americans translation between the colors department. Same goes for favors as well, so even then, or favor, or anything else for this particular matter. So there's going to be a lot of translations between these two versions, or between the European version and especially noticeable in the North American version, essentially. Like let's say for example in Mario Party Island Tour, there's a basic prime example of this. Sometimes they do have different names for the specific mini games, also doing a different dialogue and everything like that. So yeah, it's interesting. So yeah, in regards to ranking Sonic Colors to me, to us though, I think I would say this is probably ranked into my top 10 Sonic the Hedgehog games we actually did play. And yeah, there's also another vocal theme that's actually called Speak With Your Heart, which I think is kind of cool by the looks of it. So anyway, in regards to that though, this will rank in number 4 on my list of top 10 favorite Sonic games we've ever played. because I usually speak about every single part about this game. So yes, easily recommendable if you ever played Nintendo Wii. So yeah, you can also recommend the DS version as well. So yeah, that's all there's to really say about this here. So this wasn't exactly the end of this particular Let's Play just yet though, because I believe when we actually did remember this back in June in 2015, originally we were trying to show you guys about the Sonic Simulator mode. It turns out we completely ignored this, and even then though, let's just hoping we can actually showcase the Sonic Simulator until this time around in this version. So yeah, as far as you guys should probably already know, next time on Let's Play Sonic Colors for the Nintendo Wii is the fact that, as you probably suggest, is the fact that we're going to be take a brief tour on the Sonic Simulator to see how that particular Sonic's head usually evolves. So yeah, one more thing before we actually end things off at this point is the fact that once you collect quite a few rings, specifically on the step credit sequence, I'm assuming you get even more extra lives, which I'm assuming, and also not to mention, as soon as we actually get towards the end, when it says the Sega logo right there, the extra lives will start to pop up. So yeah, that's all there's to really say about this here. And also not to mention that Yakko decides to actually show up at one point. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. And we got 8 extra lives. Wow, that's quite generous. So anyway, see you guys next time. Enjoy this little cutscene.
Faster, you idiot! Faster! Put your backsides into it!
Technically, we don't have backsides, boss.
I don't care! Just push! We have to hurry! I already have my revenge planned out, and next time I will not fail!
Of course you won't, boss. Of course you won't. On the bright side, a certain someone got their voice back.
I feel like my own self! All I want to do is talk! Hey, remember when we were chasing those little alien guys? What's up with those things anyway? They sure were funny looking! Smell good though?
What I wouldn't give for the maddening silence of space right about now.
Sushi, hey, I heard they started using fish! Bummer we didn't bring any with us! Not that we can eat it since we're robots, but we could have looked at it! I love looking at stuff! I love stuff! The fireworks show game was great! Hey, how did you get all this stuff to blow up like that anyway? Loved it! By the way, did we destroy Sonic this time? No, I'm sorry! We don't have to destroy Sonic! Where are we going?